When the flames are already strong, the artisan places the armed barrel on top so that it begins to warm up. In about 20 minutes, it acquires the exact grades to be able to tame it. This is on. Now I'm going to wet it a little bit to help me and give elasticity to the wood now that it is warm. The cooper wets the barrel once it is hot so that the water and the fire harmonize and prevent the staves from breaking or cracking when bent. It seems to be getting darker. The wood is changing color, and that tells us that it is doing very well for taming. The barrel thus acquires its characteristic pot-bellied silhouette. Now I'm going to finish closing it. And then, as it will loosen up, I'll tighten it a little bit here. We are done. The cooper assembles the barrel, alternating staves of different sizes, wide and narrow, placed in such a way that they fit perfectly. This is the third. The first one we pour after the pipe is standing or assembled, let's say, to hold it a little. Then we hit it with the hammer and tighten it a little bit. And then I put the end piece to put it straight. I remove the reinforcement and put in the end cap. This tool is used to lower the stave heads while giving them a slight inward slope. This will make it easier to insert and fit the barrel bottoms. Mariano uses a small claw to straighten all the stave heads. The head of the barrel will thus be completely aligned and free of protrusions. The garzador is the tool that Mariano uses to make the gargalo, which is the indentation in which the bottom or lid of the barrel will be placed. I'm going to make a background, and it has to go through the same process as the long tables. I brush the face with the small brush and then put it together. Then I will join it with the large planer, and it is done by removing the right angle. Mariano will repeat this task up to 8 times, the number of boards he needs to assemble the background. Now you can start nailing from number 1. They are placed on the lathe and are nailed in the center. Here, in order not to mark them, it is necessary to put a small piece of lid to hit them. Once the boards are nailed, the cooper calculates with the compass the measurement that the bottom should have and makes an exact mark on the boards. Now we cut it with the saw. We are going to make paste. It is a little flour and water, as you can see, to give it to the bottom of the barrel so that the bottom sits well in it. This craftsman spreads the paste that will act as glue all over the groove where the bottom will be placed. I'm going to mark the mouth of the barrel so that the bottoms go straight into it. Then I have to mark it before so that the right funds go to it. That's the mouth. The cooper places the first bottom with only his hands. To hold it securely in place, hammer it and put back the mold rings, which will exert the right pressure so that the J between the gargalo and the base is inseparable. To set the second background, Mariano performs the same operation. This time, the action involves a new difficulty. The barrel is closed on the other side and therefore needs the help of a lag screw to place the lid. Then put the rings back in place and tighten them with a hammer and mallet. The sound that emerges when hitting the outside of the bottom reveals that the cask is hermetically sealed. I'm going to the steel to put some rivets on the hoop with a pointer and a nut. And of course the rivets. On the anvil, Mariano marks the point where he will place the first rivet. The hole of a nut serves as a mold to make the perforation, hitting it with the hammer and the pointer. You can now set the rivet with the help of the hammer. Each ring has 2 rivets, so the artisan repeats the process several times. The definitive rings finally replace the mold rings. The rivets must be perfectly aligned with the mouth of the barrel for a harmonious result. The barrel-making process is nearing its end. Mariano turns the crankshaft to make the hole that receives the name of mouth. With a rasp, go over the entire perimeter so that it is smooth and free of splinters. The best wines acquire their qualities in barrels like this one. The degree of toasting of the wood determines the aroma and flavor of the wine, from coffee or vanilla to the characteristic fragrance of leather.